I know what it feels like to be desperate for answers, to try everything and still feel like nothing is working. But there are a few places I wish I never turned to, and today I'm going to share them with you. If you're tired of feeling helpless during your son's meltdowns and isolated by the stress it brings to your family, and you want simple steps to open communication, reduce outbursts, and bring more peace to your home, you're in the right place. Hey, I'm Cynthia, wife and boy mom. I remember having a child who looked typical, but spent hours falling apart at home. I learned how to stay confident during the stress of meltdowns and build connection without resorting to heavy-handed parenting. If you're ready to reduce the meltdowns and aggressive behavior and finally see that what you're doing is actually helping, then grab my hand. I am the mom you've been waiting to meet. We want to know that we belong somewhere, that we fit in. But when things are upside down with your son and you are unsure of what to do, it's like you're drifting on a raft somewhere out on the ocean. You've tried and tried so many things, and all of that guessing and effort has still left you with little to no results. Your son is going from 0 to 60 super quickly. And if you say no, it often triggers a physical response of hitting, kicking, spitting, and more. This could be towards you or even siblings. The refusal to leave the house is so challenging as well. Appointments, play school, elementary school, church, shopping, outings. Or maybe you do get out of the house and the refusal happens when you get to where you're going. Even I need to pause and breathe here. It is incredibly difficult to explain to anyone what this is like or how it plays out. You only really know if you've gone through it yourself. It wears you down, and it's not because your child is being bad. You totally know this. It's the aftermath of it all. It's the meltdown that lasts and lasts. It's the lashing out at you or your other child. It's what your son, his siblings, and your family miss out on. Sometimes it's the pang of embarrassment that hits you, especially when there are onlookers. Couple that with the guilt that floats over you like a cloud because you felt embarrassed. I could do an entire episode on this alone. But truly deep down, the embarrassment has little, if anything, to do with what your son is doing. It has to do with how powerless you feel, the hopelessness that creeps in, and the great desire to see that what we are doing to help our precious boy is actually making a difference. This great desire is what propels you to look for answers. This is what I want to walk through with you today, to guide you away from the heartache that I experienced when I looked for answers in the wrong and even dangerous places. The 4 very last places to look for advice. And you definitely don't want to miss the 4th one, so stay tuned. Social media. Whether we post on our own pages or in public groups, it's often a desperate moment when our emotions are at an all-time high and we just need an answer, something to settle the storm that just ravaged through our home, our vehicle, or even at the local pizza restaurant. He's throwing things, spitting, locked you out of the house. You are elevated on the brink or exploding or collapsing yourself. Take a pause here and put down your phone. I know you feel pain, fear, even sadness, and a deep need to fix this, but your tender, beautiful heart and the complex situation, if you choose to put it out there, you will be met with either temporary validation of fluffy words or direct and sharp responses from someone who has no knowledge of what you and your son actually need. It can easily wound you further, and in a back and forth exchange, wasting your precious time and energy. The next one is people who are not at least one step ahead of you. Cynthia, are you saying I can't talk to my friends or family when I'm struggling? You most definitely need a close-knit, supportive people who you can share with. You can pray for each other, laugh and cry together. We are designed for this loving exchange, bearing each other's burdens, doing daily life with others. We talked in last week's episode about the support you absolutely need. The wisdom I speak of here is for the questions of how to help your son. The ones like, what's happening when he fill in the blank? What do I do when he fill in the blank? It's the questions that come when you lay in bed and worry about what has happened or what you think might happen. The fear that sits heavy on your chest. The answers you are looking for, especially pertaining to his emotions and reactions. Seek out one or two people who are ahead of you. They've been where you've been. People who are one or more steps beyond where you are presently. Have the clarity, wisdom, and the calm that you are looking for. They have answers that are rooted in courage and experience. Looking ahead to the next one is mainstream or popular parenting books, websites, and groups. Your desperate search for answers ultimately reveals your desire to love your child well and offer yourself and your home as a safe and calm place for your son. It's actually difficult for you to imagine that it isn't that already. And because you have done and been everything you possibly can, why it's not working is most befuddling. As weird as it might feel, and if you're not driving right now, I want you to give yourself a hug. No, I mean it. Right arm over your left shoulder and neck, and left arm under the right side past your armpit. I would hug you if I could, but you are with you right now, so I'm asking you to do it. Now hold on real tight. You have gone through so much at this point, and what you are looking for to help your son and your family seems so far away sometimes. Anxiety can easily bubble up, which can become the driver to listen to everything and anything. And that's just it. There is so much out there. How do you decipher what's for you and what's not? I'd like to suggest that if it doesn't bring peace and hope to where you are right now, then leave it. Move on. Your dear, dear heart needs you to build a gate here. If it does not offer peace and hope for you, your family, and your son, just leave the gate closed. And this leads me to the fourth place, the one that impacted us the most. Experts that truly don't understand your child. This is actually the hardest one for me to talk about because of the damage it caused to our whole family. There are many struggles for us regarding school and the refusal to go, so it was suggested we meet with a school counselor. We told him about the challenges before school and the often violent outbursts that happened at home. Very few people knew. We really hadn't talked about this. We'd never spoken to any therapists or counselors at this point, and we were desperate and exhausted and scared. But we listened to what he was about to say. His suggestion weighed heavy on both my husband and me. But this was an expert, right? He has training. He must know. So we went home to apprehensively and somewhat reluctantly give it a try. When things escalated and our son started hitting and throwing things, pushing, we used physical restraint. I tremble as I say it out loud, and my heart aches just thinking about the damage we caused. The screaming, the tears, and the disconnection. What had we done? This was not what we were looking for at all. We wanted to help him, not harm him. He regressed understandably, and we felt even more lost and alone. Now, healing did come over time. Beauty from ashes, I like to call it. And down the road, I'll share more. But most importantly for you today is that you rise to believing that there is no one who knows your son in a greater way than you. All that you need to bravely raise him is inside of you and inside of him. Well-meaning advice is going to find its way to you whether you are searching or not. This is where your beautiful discernment comes into place. Do you open the gate and take it, or let it pass by? You, Mama, are the very best person to answer that. Before you go, I want to leave you with a couple of questions to sit with. Where have you been searching for answers lately? And how has that been making you feel? More peaceful or more overwhelmed? You don't have to take in everything that comes your way. You are allowed to build a gate. You are allowed to protect your heart. And you are allowed to trust that you know your son in a way no one else does. Hey Mama, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you take 30 seconds and share it with a friend who may be on an uphill battle with her son's unique challenges? Also, please leave a quick review for the show on Apple Podcasts. It lights me up to know this podcast is helping you. All right, time to breathe and know that you have everything inside of you to courageously raise your brilliant son. I'll meet you back next week for another episode. Bye.